great in the holidays time. So first of all, a very happy Christmas and happy holidays to everyone. So today we are going to learn another very important topic, okay, which is called key data page. And this is one of the very much favorite topic of each and every interviewer. If you are going for interview, people will ask these questions, okay, that have you worked on key data page? And I've seen that like most of the people knows database, but key database, if you have not done the POC, okay, until and unless you have not done the POC, you might be knowing the theory but not how to work actually. Okay, so today I'll be explaining end to end that how, what is it, like what is the benefit. First we'll understand that what is the benefit and then how we can configure it. So as you can see on the screen, I have mentioned list and page, okay, and then purpose I have written serves as an alternative to having two separate database, okay. So let's talk about the use case, okay. So use case is you have to, let's say, display a country details, or a country list of country, okay, in a drop down, okay. And when you are selecting a particular country, okay, you want to display the details of that country, okay. So basically here you need two database. One is to display the list of country and the second one is to display the details of a particular country, okay. So if you are not configuring key database, how you can do it? So the first of all you will do is that you will simply create a list data page, okay, which will display the country list, okay, and then you'll create a second data page, okay, of kind of a lookup, okay, where you'll pass the country code, okay. Let's say if the country code is the key, then you'll pass and you'll use as a lookup. But how we can achieve with the same, okay, with the one only, okay. So today we are going to see that only, okay, and that is where I have listed list and page both. So let's see how we can do it in Pega, okay. So if you see, first of all, we need a data, like as I talked about that country list, right? So what I have done, I have created a data called country, and in that one I have the country code, country name, capital city, and GDP and population, okay. So these are the details I have. So what I'm going to do, okay, first I'll be creating a drop down which will be just to display the country name, okay, and in the second, okay, and after selecting that country name, I want to display the country details, okay. So let's see how we can do from the beginning. So when you create a data type, okay, by default Pega will create a three type of data, okay. One is for the page, one is for the list, and one is for the savable one. So if I have to achieve my requirement, my use case, okay, then I need both the things, okay. But if we use key database, we can do it with one, okay. And the benefit is that we don't have to, like, first of all we don't have to use two, and the second benefit is if we're doing at a node level, let's say this is my list country details, okay. So if this data is not very changing frequently, you can configure this as a node level, okay, and then what will happen, that entire data will get loaded, okay, and from that only you are pulling that details of one country, okay. So entire data is there. Let's say if I'm selecting country as India, okay, then I can fetch from the same list, okay, the details. I don't have to go and hit the database. Same thing for the other country, okay. So this is the basics one database, okay, which was created by Pega. Now what I'll do, I'll select key access, okay. So for now allow multiple page. Purpose I'm avoiding that because we don't need for per country code, because we are going to make key as a country code, okay. So what we will do here, simply we'll make country code. So based on the country code, okay, or I can say country name also, whatever the key I want to select, we can do that, okay. So here I want to say country, or let me make country name, because I'm going to select country name on the, like, you can create any key. It's not that the same key whatever I have selected on this data type, right? So in data type my key is the country code, but we can select anything, okay, in this one. So I'm selecting country name, fine. Now next thing is that our database configurations is done, but if I'll try to run it here, we'll not see that. So, and this is the problem if you are not doing a POC, right, end to end, you'll not understand that, because here you'll not understand that what is happening. I can simply run and I'll get the two peaks result which will have the entire details, okay. So basically as of now key database is not working, okay, or it's not useful. Let's move on and we'll see how we can use it. Okay, so what we will do here, okay, So I have a screen, okay. I have configured one case type, okay, where I have, let's say I'm filling applicant details or something. So I have already configured this country, okay, and this is the country list which is coming, okay. So let's see how I have configured this country. So basically I have done it from the App Studio, and from the App Studio Pega has done it like this. I mean, we can use it like this or as definer property also, okay, because in the property I have already defined this one. In the country it has been already defined this one like this, okay. So from App Studio I have selected a database and Pega has done everything. Still you can see that here also it's not showing that key, that pass that key, okay. So the question is when we'll get it, okay. So from here also it's not showing, then how we can use it? If I'll go here and say use define page and select my d underscore country list, then from here also I'm not seeing that list. It's not asking me to pass parameter because there is no parameter, that's the key, right? So the thing is that to use that we need to create a property, okay, a page type property, and from there only we can do that. So let's see how we can do it. So as of now, so we are using that same country list and we're displaying that country, fine. Now our next task is that whenever I'm selecting any country, it should display that country list, okay. So let's go and do it from the App Studio, or like basically from the case type only, from the configure view, okay. So if I'm doing from, like, even if I'm the dev studio and doing from the configure view, it's treated like a App Studio only, okay. So let's go ahead and do it. We'll click on configure view, and here applicant details is there, okay. So what we will be doing, we'll be creating another inside that also we can do it, okay, but let me do it here outside only. So I'll say, let's say country details. So whatever the country we are selecting, we want to pass that value, country details, and then here I'll select object embed data, okay. We want to bring the data, okay. So data reference, yes, we want to bring the data, okay, and then we'll select the data object. So I'll select country, and we already have a single record, right? So I'll just say single submit, or let me just create that without a data reference, okay. Let me just do it embed, and then we'll go ahead and do it manually, okay. So if I'll do embedded, then it won't create anything, okay. It will just create a property with a manual, okay. So I'll just select the country, I'll show you, and then I'll say here country details again, country details, and then we'll create, and then automatically that all the attribute will come. So whatever the country like attribute we want to keep, so country code, country name, capital, GTP, everything came, okay. So now submit, save it basically. So if I now refresh this, okay, I didn't need to create a new case because the initializations will happen with the new case for the country object, country detail. So we can see that country details is came, but there is no data, okay. So our requirement is whenever I'm selecting, automatically populate the data with the same data page list only, okay. We can do that. So on change of this one, we can call another another page type data page, and then copy that page type data to this the object which we have created, right? So if I'll go to property, we can see that we have created a country details object. So I can do that, okay. We can do that manually, okay. But how we can do it here, copy data from page. So whatever we'll do in data transform, we can do it here as well, okay. And this time we'll not be creating a separate data page, okay. I mean, we can do that using lookup, okay, if our key is matching with the same key, but here we have given country name as a key, right? So in that way we cannot do lookup as well, okay. So you need to create a page type of data page, okay, and then yeah, lookup will also not work. So in that case you need to create a report definition and then take result 1, okay. So that kind of problem we can face, but here it will be easy. I hope you got it what I told last word, right? That if lookup will only work with the key, okay, but here in data page in country list we have not configured key, we have just configured another name, okay, one of the attribute as a key. So in this country list we can see that now here you can see that as of now in nowhere we were seeing that to pass the keys, but here it is asking to pass the key, okay. So this is what I was saying, that if you don't do the POC you will not understand that from where it just asks that key. So if you're using like this one from the property, then it is asking. So now we can select, so where we'll get that country name, okay. So we'll get on applicant details dot country. So now let's go ahead and what we need to do. Okay, one extra thing is that whenever we are selecting this country, we might need to refresh the section. Okay, so that it will refresh and post the value of country, and then the second data page will see the value in the second data page. So let's go ahead and do it, that one also. So I'll just say on change, create on change refresh section. Now let me refresh this case and I'll select the country details. So now I'll select India. Oh, somehow the value is not coming. Let me see that why the value is not coming. Let me see the first clipboard if the value is there on the clipboard. py workspace, and then we'll see applicant details. No, somehow the value is not posting. Okay, and that could be one of the reason that it's not displaying. Let's just see that. Okay, we need to post the value. Without posting value it won't work. Okay, so country, select on change refresh sections. Maybe I'll just add post value as well. Ideally on refresh section it should post the value. Let's see that. And we are selecting country on that applicant object. Okay, so it should come here. If I'll just save it, let me see if I have the save option, or I'll just create. If I'll create, then we might see that value on that object itself, but we don't want to create and move to that screen. So see, this detail came, so we want that details to come beforehand only. So let's create another case and see. Let me see that if the value is there. Yeah, this time value came, but our value didn't got populated. So let's just see that why it didn't. What is the details on the country details? Okay, so it didn't got populated. Where is that? Our country details, country list, and yeah, this is correct. Only it should populate that single page. Let me trace that once. What is the issue happening? I'll go ahead and change the country to Canada, and let me see if the country details got called. Issue in this one, when I'm trying to post the value, this like when I'm selecting India and Canada, somehow it's not posting. Even if I've added, like I've added this refresh section, so some issue in this environment, but definitely when you try it will work. Okay, but for that what I did, I just like added to next screen so that I'll save it. So the moment I'll save it, the value will get posted, right? So your requirement, it's not that your requirement will be that you have to display on the same screen. If you have to display on the same screen, obviously your post value will work. Okay, my post value somehow it's not working. If I'll show you on the clipboard. Okay, so py workpage, applicant details, see here it's country is there, right? So if I select, let me see this is not refreshing. Okay, even if I'm changing the country, looks like it's not refreshing. See, it's not refreshing. So some problem is happening in posting the value to clipboard. Okay, I have tried that. I have tried multiple options here on change, but it didn't help me. Could be some environment issue or something, but try and in your one and let me know if it is working. So for that what I did, okay, when I'm selecting country, so you can see that as for now, like earlier I had selected country Canada, so it's populating the details of Canada, okay, which is using the same data page. Okay, we can recap that what we did. If I'll select India and then just click on save, so the moment I'll do, so here if I'm just saving not for the data page, just to post the value. So the moment I'm posting, see it's populating the details of India. Again I'll do that. Okay, so now if I see on the clipboard, I can see the value India. Okay, so somehow like the value is not posting, that was the issue. But our main intention was to learn key database, and that is what it is working. If I'll just go and change it, see. So we are doing with the with only one page, right? So but if you don't know the key data page, what you will do, you'll be using two data pages. So let's recap what we did it, okay, from the beginning. So first what we did, we created a data type, okay, and in that data type, okay, we needed to display country list, and then later when I'm selecting, like this is my use case basically, that display the country list, and then when I'm selecting any country, display that the data, okay. So this is one use case. There can be multiple use case. So basically what we're trying to do here is that load that informations once and then reuse that, okay, based on your key, okay. So here you can see that for this class, okay, my key is open class record. If I'll do that, here the country code, okay, but let's say my key is that country, okay. When I'm selecting that country in that list, I want to pass this value and get that information instead of country code, okay. And we can combine the key. Let's say I want to combine a key based on the country name and capital city, that also we can do. So this is the flexibility which it is giving. Let's say if I have to fetch from, like if I have to do a paste type on this country name, like based on the country name, then what I have to do, okay, that lookup will not work. So then we need to create a page list type data page, okay, and then use report definitions and take the result 1, okay. So the result 1. So that's how we need to do. But here the flexibility is with that only we can use it, okay. So this we did it first, and then we configured it, okay, and this using configured it, and first we displayed the country list with very simple, okay, using data page source. I mean you can use in property as well, but here you can see that simply I'm displaying the country list. So this is one of the use case to display the country list, okay. So here we are getting seeing the country list. Now the second use case, that whenever I'm selecting country, so here you can see that I'm not passing country name, country code, I'm passing country name. So based on country name, when I'm passing, okay, I want to fetch the details of that country. So this is the default data page which Pega had created. In that one, I selected it access page with the user defined key, okay. So this is the key data page, and then I've given that my key will be the country name. So this is done the configurations for that one. Now we wanted to display the details, okay. So for that, what we did, we created a separate section. So if I'll open that section, this is that. So I added that country details, okay, using object type property and this object, okay. So this is the most important, okay, that key data page will only ask the parameter when you are calling from any property, okay. So this is here you can see that instead of manual, we selected that copy data from the database and we gave that country list, okay, and then here it is asking to pass the value. So we are setting country details on applicant.country, and that is how we are passing. If you go and run this directly, it will just work like a list data page. It won't work like a key data page, okay. So this is where you need this kind of a configuration, okay, that in property itself you need to configure this one. And then this property, using this property, we have created a sections which have been referred. So if I'll go to this section, the all details is there, okay. Simply then we are testing here, okay, very simple. When I'm selecting and just save it, this saving is just to refresh the data, and then if I'm selecting country, then it is working. See, the data is getting reflected. So it's very easy. Just you need to, like, configurations is very easy, but usage, how you want to use that, okay, and that you can only use it from the property. That is what the main thing, okay, that if you want to use it, you can use it from you can create a property, and then from there you can pass like how this has been loaded on the key on the clipboard, right? So the data was, I've selected this as a node level data page, okay. So this was the data page. So let's see how it is looking. So it's looking like a normal data page itself. So let's take a look on the clipboard, okay. So we will go to data pages, and here we'll select node and country. See, this is a very like normal data page only, and from there only we are fetching using key data page. See, px result. So it's like a list only but from there we are just like passing the key and fetching that, okay. And this is the benefit, okay, we are getting that we don't have to, like, so there are multiple benefit. First of all, we don't have to create multiple data page. Second benefit is that if the data is loaded, we don't have to go to each time database, okay. So there are like, this is the two benefit. There were few more benefits, okay, that like you have to maintain less code, and yeah, and the third most important benefit is that like with this one only you're creating a page type property, okay, and it's like giving an options to do obj open with multiple property, okay, not only with the code, right? So as I was explaining that you can do on country name, GDP, population, anything, Okay, but if you're going to do create a page type property, page type database, then you have to do lookup, and lookup will only work on that country code. So this is the most like beneficial things for this one. Okay, so we talked about three benefit. Okay, but there could be more of the attribute. So that's it for today's sessions. I hope this quick session will help you, and you try that. Okay, see the thing is that if I am like teaching you, okay, if you are watching my videos, that's good. Okay, but you need to do it by yourself. Once you will do it, you'll learn it. Okay, and if you have any questions, please do let me know. Okay, so thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye.